Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless. A sea of the aimless. I don't want to be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome on in. Sorry, I didn't know what was going on behind me there. It's just the dog as usual. And they're both laying down. They're being good. So look at that. Look at that. It's going to be a good life. It's going to be a good life. I've got good hopes now. My hopes are up there. I think one of them just made a noise. Yep. She's just scratching her ear. I'm like, oh my goodness. Hey, Jessica, how are you? Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. It's good to see everyone in the chat. And if you are new to the channel, well, hello and welcome back to the channel. How about that? How about that to start off with? This is the channel Titanium built. And that's one of my dogs. And my name is Tanya. And sometimes they like to get up and walk around. The big gray one that you just saw, she likes to lay with the other dog. So she might growl for a minute. The brown one might. Nope, she didn't sit with her. When she makes her way back over there, she's doing her rounds. You'll hear her growl. Sit with your sister. Okay. Well, while we're waiting on them to get cuddled up and next to each other, hit the like button. If you don't want to do it for me, do it for them, Do it for the animals. Do it for the animals. But welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. If you are new to the channel, welcome in. This usually isn't so crazy, but the last few lives I feel like I've been a little nuts with these dogs. I keep telling them I'm gonna like kick them out of this room. But not tonight. Hey, Ladybug. Ladybug's like, is this thing working? And happy St. Patty's Day to everybody. How about that? I do have my green on. Wearing my green. Even my necklace has a little bit of green in it. I didn't wear green this afternoon, though. Vincent pinched me. I didn't like that. I was like, dude, pinch yourself. There they are. There they go. I'm like, the one's older. She doesn't like to be pushed around. Happy St. Patty's Day to you, Lenora. Hey, Casey. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Dame. And hey, Jessica again. It's good to see everybody in here. Oh, you're subscribed to 4 now. Uh-oh, Jessica's getting up there. How is it in Michigan? Is it okay up there? You guys got a lot of snow too, didn't you? And then you guys got like tornadoes. Swampton, Ohio is out of. Never heard of that one. I'm from Southern Ohio though, like Southwestern. So whenever it comes to if it's anything to do with like Northern Ohio, I just don't know anything about Northern Ohio. It's so crazy. But do you know, Springville. I know where Springville is too. I was thinking Springfield. Springfield. Okay. Oh, you did write that. Okay. I was like, wait a minute, there's 2, because there is Springville, I believe, too. Upstate New York, but in South Georgia now. How you like that, Spurs? That's a switch. Hey, Colleen, welcome in. It's good to see everybody in here. Hey, Jet Set. Hey, Ashley. Hey, TM. Hey, Catherine. Hey, me. I clicked on my own name. It's good to see everybody. Hey, Lee. It's good to see you. Everyone's like, stop saying it's good to see everybody. Hey, Laura. I feel like I'm like back in the serving days when you're like, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. What is the word they use at Chick-fil-A? Vincent was going around saying it the other day. My pleasure. I'm going to start saying that. My pleasure. I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm getting ready to have me a little surgery. Hey, Mary. Hey, just Mandy. I'm looking forward to it though. They were asking me yesterday, do you do well with sedation? I said, well, I've woken up every time so far. Hey, Joey. Hey, Cole. Oh, there's a little bit, not really though. We don't have Nancy, so I figured no. There's no update if we haven't gotten her yet. But there are some things just going around that we haven't talked about Nancy's case in a while. I didn't realize it had been that long. We went through 7 other cases. since we've covered Nancy last time. Had tacos for dinner. I'm gonna have tacos tomorrow. Hey, KCG, welcome in. Hey, Queen. Did I get everybody? I did. Well, welcome on in, everybody. If you guys don't mind, just hit your DNA on that like button, subscribe to the channel. All the things we ask you to do in the beginning of the live. If I'm looking over here, it's because I wrote some notes down. That way, I would know what I was talking about this evening. So if you see me looking over here, that could be what I'm doing. I don't know how to make my notes bigger, but I should, or switch it to where it's on my eye that I could see out of. There's things I could do, but I think I did this on purpose. I think this is how my other setup was in the other studio, and I liked that setup the way it was. So, but like I said before we jump in, subscribe, like. If you'd like to become a member, you can always become a member of our channel. That is always a great way to give back to the channel and to be part of the memberships. So, oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Dame. I try to be a positive one. So tonight we're going to be breaking down a little bit of the Nancy Guthrie investigation timeline because we've been hearing a lot of different things. This Sheriff Nanos guy, he needs to take a seat. He needs to take a seat, a little timeout, a little sit on the bench moment. Let the other players play. Like, if he's the sheriff, let's put in the third string. The third string, all the way. We're going to go all the way down, and let's see how they handle it. Because we could do third string. We could be throwing in. I could be playing for the Philadelphia Eagles tomorrow, and I would have a better chance of scoring a touchdown against the Cowboys than Nanos. Actually, I think I could score against the Cowboys because don't really like them, but you know what I mean. I could. He's just been all over the place. I swear, I think what we're going to do is we are going to go over his little interviews that he's done because he's put out so many. And I was going to do it like 2 weeks ago, and I should have because, there's just been so many. He's like the new guy in town. And I heard that they were doing some sort of like reality TV series. Now, my question to this is, was this before Nancy Guthrie disappeared, I'm assuming? And are they still doing it? Because these people are not. I'm even going to say, what's the FBI doing? Busting in people's houses, doing all the detaining people, and then they're like, oh, you can go. And then the people that they're detaining, they're like, yeah, they detained me because they said my eyes and my eyebrows look like the person. This ain't Brian Koberger. What is going on? And they had a lot more on Brian Koberger than just his bushy eyebrows, but it's been a little insanity, I feel like. But if you are not aware, Nancy's been missing since February 1st. She is the mother of Savannah Guthrie, who was on the Today Show, and she went missing out of her home in the foothills, Catalina foothills. So during the early morning hours of February 1st. So investigators say that surveillance showed a masked person outside the home. We got video of that. Evidence inside quickly convinced detectives that they needed to look further into this because this wasn't something that was voluntarily done. She didn't voluntarily decide to disappear. From that point forward, the Pima County Sheriff's Department and the Federal Bureau of Investigation began, following multiple leads. And that's what we're going to go over tonight. Because why did they just... Okay, they detained these people for a couple hours, and then they just let them go. Like, what made you so freaking positive that you had to go busting in people's doors, pulling them over on the side of the road? I would be so mad if someone pulled me over on the side of the road, detained me. Hey, Carl. Hey, Mr. David. Welcome in, everybody. And yeah, so I would be a little upset. Actually, I'd be a lot of upset if that happened. But they've been, following multiple leads. So we're going to go over the kind of like the timeline, like every publicly known person that investigators kind of focused on. There's not too many, it's only a few. And also the person, what do you guys think about the ransom note now that we're this much further into the investigation? We're this many days into, Nancy being, her disappearance. They haven't written a ransom note in what I would say 3 weeks. Maybe longer, because they got what, 5 ransom notes, but they got them all like back to back to back. I think the ransom notes bull crap. I think that the ransom notes were for money. I think they saw an opportunity. I think this person did. Whoever this person is, if they catch this person, whoever he is, and I hope they do. I really do hope that they catch the person that did that, because they wasted a lot of time, a lot of resources, and yeah, I just want to know who it is. Like, it's probably some guy or gal just on their computer sitting at home like me right now. Just could have been me. Just kidding, it wasn't me. But I'm just saying, like, probably some 50-year-old in their mama's basement. I can make me some Bitcoins. Give me millions of them. I don't know. So. Oh, let me see. What'd you say, Mandy? Oh, I thought you said something before that about the show. Okay, sorry, I was reading the chat. I think it's PS2. Yeah. What is what's the Desert Law show? I can't seem to believe that I just can't seem to believe they have nothing. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the FBI doing? Usually the FBI, they'll work in secret or whatever, they'll do their thing and not tell anybody, but it's been a long time. I mean, we're on what, 44, 45 days. I mean, even JLR went home. I think he's going back or something, but I mean, I heard him, I saw him on like X or something say, I want to go back. So I'm sure he does. Oh, thank you, Mandy. I was like, what? Thank you so much. After you said that, I was like, oh yeah. So that's okay. Cause I thought I had read that or like saw that in the beginning of this case. I want to see what that's about. Desert Law. Don't make me get A&E just to watch it. I want to watch it. Is Sheriff Nanus in there? He did, Colleen. More money than I'll see in my lifetime. Brian, and yeah, he went home too. Yeah, he went home and then he came back, I think, and then he went home again because he wasn't feeling good, I don't think. They probably wanted him back in the station. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know how much that costs, right? Like, if you think about it, you're putting up Brian, you're putting up the camera guy, you're putting up his producer or whoever helps him with the show. At least 2 or 3 guys, I would say, are, him and another 1 or 2 guys. So you're putting them up on the hotels, and then they're just literally, I mean, they're getting views, but they're not getting JLR views. Like, I'm just saying, like, how does that feel? To be, I mean, oh man, just crazy views. But I know that Brian has a dog, and his other dog just passed away, and he has 1 dog. So he probably wanted to go home and see his dog too, and his mom, and his, family. So he was whining, but he was probably done. He was probably like, I like it when they first get there. We should like do a before and an after. How like whenever it's like my first drink, like those videos, and then it'll be like my last drink, and they're all like drunk. We should do that with news people and like people that go out there and go on the scene. Hey, Simply. And then, get them like the first day they're out there. Cause that's probably gonna be me one of these days. I'll be like, yeah, this is great. And then after like, however many days they're out there, 30 days or more than that, probably, I would be like, well, you had the crazy neighbor. You had you had all these people coming in. You were finding clothing articles. JLR was getting bored out there. I swear he was. He was starting to get a little too bored. He was starting to find stuff all of a sudden. They've been out there for months, haven't found anything, but all of a sudden JLR is out there finding. I don't know. It's just it's weird. So Brian got a heck of a tan and he's from Florida. I know he doesn't know that much about a tan, probably because he's everywhere else but Florida. But yeah, he was starting. I saw his cheeks were starting to get red. Yeah, he was starting to get. That's pretty funny. Brian was ready to go. They were all ready. They're all like, we're ready to go. What do you guys think about also while we go through the publicly known people? But what do you think about Savannah maybe going back and working at the Today Show? I know a lot of people are like up in the air about it. Me personally, I think it's a great idea. I do. I think it's a great idea for her. If that's good, like if that's good for her mentally anyway. Like when my dad passed away, he was killed in a car accident. I went back to work. They made me take off a couple of days for the funeral, but I went back to work, worked for like a week, and because it was like a week before his funeral, and then took like 2 days off or something, or a day off. No, I think it was just one day for the funeral, and then I went back like the next day. Some people need to work to take their mind off of things, you know. She has children at home. She has a husband, you know what I mean? Like she probably, I'm sure her kids know exactly what's going on, but she probably wants to keep some normalcy in her life a little bit. And I mean, you know, yeah, most people have to go back to work. Most people wouldn't even be able to take this long off, right? Like they would have to go back pretty quickly. And so, I mean, I'm glad that she was able to take that time off, but I think it would do her some good. Just don't, you know, just have her own like light duty or something, you know what I mean? Don't like, but then at the same time, it's like, don't do that to her either. Because I didn't want that. Like I told people, I was like, if I'm being slow, if I'm at the drink bar too long, because I was a server at the time, I was like, yell at me, like holler at me like you normally would. Don't treat me differently now, you know, like, and they didn't. And they sure didn't. No, they were really good about that they didn't. So I think that'll be good for her, just until her mother is found. But they did have, so they go through like little phases in, you know, investigations. And when they go through like phases, they'll go, you know, let's just say phase 1, and that'll be like in the first initial days of the investigation. Investigators will interview people that are closest to the victim, so family members inside the home, family members in general, neighbors, you know, that are in the vicinity of her house, recent visitors, household, you know, workers, people that, you know, come over, clean the pool. Maybe she has a maid. I don't know. I don't know. To me, she probably doesn't have a maid. She probably does it herself. But, you know, maybe we know she has pool people. So delivery personnel, people that would have access to the property. And then if they would have maybe did that with the delivery part in the beginning, we might not have gotten to the first person that got their door kicked in, you know. But police never released any of the names of those people publicly. But investigators confirmed that they were building an elimination list. Elimination, couldn't say that very good. Early, because they believe that the suspect or suspects may have understood or may have been familiar with Nancy's routine. So I'm gonna grab my drink. I try to be quiet. I hope I'm not been too loud whenever I drink that. So this is normal in a targeted abduction case, and that's what Sheriff Nanos was first saying. Because detectives, you know, they first look at who had access to the entry points. Who would know like the security weaknesses, schedule patterns that Nancy would have, maybe the camera blind spots. If they had access to the property, they'd be able to find that out pretty quickly. If they were familiar with cameras in it, you know, even a little bit, they'd be able to figure that out pretty quickly. When I worked at a boutique, I wanted to know where all the blind spots were because just so I would never get caught on camera. Like if I was just needed a break, right, and just needed to stand there for a second, which would be like 5 seconds, and I'd move again. I was just paranoid. So he showed me all like the places I could stand and I wouldn't be on camera, and they would think I was just helping somebody. Pretty funny though. Thanks, Vincent, for that. That's when he worked in camera. So then it went to phase, I guess, 2, where they got like their first suspect or person of interest. It wasn't suspect, person of interest. He was publicly identified as Carlos Alfredo. I love the middle names. Palazuelos. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right. Maybe I'm not. But he was the first publicly identified, detainee. And that came on February the 11th. Police stopped Carlos. He was a delivery driver during a traffic stop in Rio Rico, and investigators focused on him, his route. So basically, why they went for him, they're saying, is because his route may have put him near Nancy's neighborhood. These are all dumb reasons that they gave. His vehicle reportedly matched investigative interest. I don't know. What? Okay. Officers searched both the vehicle and the associated property with him. Carlos later said that he was told he was being detained in connection with kidnapping, but he was released without charges. Authorities later moved away from him publicly. I'm just wondering, why'd you go so hard in the first place if there wasn't something there? Other than, well, your eyes look like his shape. Like, you cannot possibly tell me that is the reason why they pulled this guy over, or they went after this guy. Yeah, and that's, and if like he would have delivered there, don't you think he would remember that though? I feel like I would remember that. That's a pretty nice house. And that driveway is like the curved driveway. That's like a really nice driveway for a delivery man, right? Because you could just pull in and then you could pull out instead of having to back up the truck. You know what I mean? I feel like I would remember that house. But then again, if I don't know how, I mean, if you work for FedEx or UPS, I don't know. I only known one person that worked for UPS, and he worked in the mall. So he didn't have like do too much, but like, I don't know how many times they stop a day, like to where if they would forget that, right? Yeah. Okay. So his phone pinged close to her house. That's what it was, probably. Well, that makes more sense. See, he didn't say that. He said, well, my eyes look like him. What? Say what? What are we saying? What are you doing back there? I swear these dogs, they love to do that to their pets. Does anyone know why dogs do that? Just say that. Hey, Casey. Oh, I hope everything's okay. Okay, let me go to, I'm going to show you guys some stuff too. So let's go to this first. I could have put this up while I was talking about them. So there's beautiful Nancy and her daughter. An Arizona man, this is from a while ago. This is from February 11th. So I'm not sneaking a new article or anything on you guys, but it just said, this is just about the, the suspects or the detainees that they had, throughout the investigation. It just says an Arizona man who was detained by authorities in the kidnapping case of Today anchor Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy. Hey, Araya. Hey, Araya. Hey, what are you doing? Thank you. She's going to start again. Says he never had heard of her before being brought in. I had never either, not until this case. Like, I don't even know. If you would have said if you would have been like, telling you who's Savannah Guthrie, I would have been like, I don't know. Not a clue. I wouldn't even know Savannah. If you would have said Today Show host, give me a picture. Like, I mean, I would have needed it too. My wife was driving. We pulled over because they were following me. A man identified only as Carlos told ABC 15 Arizona in a video the outlet posted Wednesday to Facebook. And once I saw they were following me, I pulled over. They didn't have to make a traffic stop or anything. What? What? Hold on. Wait, what? He says, well, that's why I love going back over stuff. And once I saw they were following me, I pulled over. They didn't have to make a traffic stop or anything. So he sees a cop behind him and he just automatically pulls over. The cop doesn't even put his lights on. That's what he's saying here. They didn't even have to pull me over. I pulled over on my own. Like he's saying they didn't have to make a traffic stop or anything. That's what it sounds like to me. Like he just pulled over. I don't know if that's what that means, but that's what it sounds like. Carlos, you don't have to do that. Unless those lights are on and there's sirens and, the lights. Yeah, you don't have to pull over. I got out of the car and they arrested me as soon as I got out of the car. I'm sorry, what too? That's called detaining somebody. If that's really how it went, where he just happened to see a cop behind him, he pulls over and then he gets out of the car before the cop even reaches your car. That you're lucky you're not on the ground, Carlos. Carlos said that he was unsure of what was happening at the time. Well, wouldn't be seeing me getting out of the car and not get out of the car. Oh, here's the little video. So got volume. Yeah. Okay.
Anything that you guys need to tell us or want to tell us about tonight? We're trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. Be good. Have a good night.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I was arrested for kidnapping, but I didn't do it.
I'm sorry.
And so how did this all start? How did they stop you here? You were driving here?
Yeah,
or
my wife was driving.
Your wife was driving?
Because they were following me. And once they saw they were following me, I pulled over. They didn't even have to put a traffic stop or anything. I got off the car, and they arrested me as soon as I got off the car. They didn't even tell me what was going on until the detectives got here, like 2 hours before I got arrested. And then the detectives got here.
That's because those detectives probably said, go find this guy. I got a warrant out for him, and when you do, detain him. And then I'll be there.
FBI agent in Santa Cruz County. And they told me I was being detained for kidnapping. And I asked them, like, well, kidnapping of who? And they told me this lady, I don't know her name. And
Nancy Guthrie?
Yeah, that's her. And I told them.
You mean to tell me after they said her name, you didn't say Nancy, like you didn't remember it, at least the Nancy part?
I work in Tucson for GLS. I might have delivered a package to your house, but I never kidnapped anybody.
What's
They
GLS?
hold me from like 4 to right now.
Had you heard of Nancy Guthrie before tonight?
Never until today.
Never until today.
Yeah.
They have put out, the Pima County Sheriff's Department put out that they had detained a person of interest. And I guess that's you?
I guess so.
How do you feel about that? People are watching this all over. I mean,
I'm not happy, Like, I mean, I'm glad they're doing their job, right? But they're
He
chasing the
looks
wrong
happy
person,
to me.
and they should be chasing other leads. You know what I mean?
I mean, he looked pretty happy to me. He's smiling, doing all the things. Okay. Don't go to the next video. I don't know if it will or not, but I'll just take it off there. Please tell me that was on there. Okay. But please tell me that was on there. That's what I was just getting ready to say that, Ashley. Thank you. I looked it up. I was like, what the hell is GLS? That's what I figured. I figured it was like just a shipping company, kind of like DHL. So it is DHL? Something like that. There's a shipping company that has like a yellow. They usually bring you like certified mail and stuff. I think like certified stuff. I don't know. But this, it's a parcel delivery service throughout the West. Over there in California, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Colorado, and then areas of Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, and Utah. So yeah, all West. And hey, I thought I saw Mary Beth in here. Hello, Mary Beth. Man. It made me laugh because he was like getting in the car. He's like, nah. And he was like, wasn't going to say nothing. He's like, no, yeah, I'll say something. And he says that sort. I was like, Wow. But I probably would too if I was in his position, where if I wasn't guilty of something and they're pulling me over, which why they didn't even technically pull him over. He pulled himself over. And then he got out of the car. He should have just been like, throw me the handcuffs, I'll do it for you. I mean, like, really, that's what it seemed like. So that's Carlos Alfredo. I don't know if that's how you say his middle name, but that's how you spell it. So then the next person, law enforcement put their sights out on was a guy named Luke Daley. These two people don't even look nothing alike. I don't even. Why are we doing? What are we doing? I don't know. It's just maybe get a picture of the person first. I mean, this person could be the person, I guess, in the video. I mean, you can only see eyes, right? I mean, it could be anybody at this point. It could be anybody. You're really good. Oh, you do? It's DHL? Okay, that's what I thought. Thanks, Katie. I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember if that's what it was called or not. I appreciate that. And if you guys, don't mind, hit the like button. I appreciate that too. Okay, so the next person we're going to talk about, the second major name that's come up with, is Luke Daley. On February 13th into the morning hours of February 14th, FBI agents and the sheriff department investigators executed a search warrant at a home near Tucson, and Brian Enton just happened to be in the mix of all that. He was first. He was first. So Luke Daley and his mother were detained while the property was searched. Police focused their search over there on a lead reportedly connected to the property, active, to the investigative interest. They did remove a vehicle, multiple search warrants were executed, and then forensic comparison work followed up. So he has an attorney. Had an attorney. I'm not sure if he still has one, but I think he does. His attorney later confirmed that Luke and his mother were detained, and neither was arrested, and neither of them were charged. Now the first guy gets pulled over, right? Well, he pulls himself over. Carlos Alfredo. Alfredo pulls himself over and gets out of the car. That's not suspicious or nothing. I mean, I think that's totally suspicious. I'm sorry. I think it totally is. I think it's like, don't look in there. Look at me. Like, almost when you do something like that, like you're trying to like get the officer to have their attention focused on you and not your vehicle. I don't know. Maybe he had a joint in there. Maybe he had something else. I don't know, Carlos Alfredo. Maybe he had nothing. Maybe he's just a very anxious guy. And maybe he's scared of the police. That could be it too. That totally could be a possibility. But then you've got, Luke Daley, another guy. He was detained. I mean, he was detained for a while and they were questioned, but then later released. And it's just like blowing the doors of that place. And then they come out and they're like, oh yeah, just kidding. Luke publicly denied any involvement. And I do have an article that talks about him too. It still won't let you, Ladybug. I wonder what you did. Thank you so much for the $9.99. You're not blocked. That's so weird. And that's the only thing I can think of. And you're still got your mod wrench. And you're still a mod. I saw that part. I saw that on there. Yeah, you're not. I'm going to check it really. Excuse me, guys. I'm going to double check. Because I thought it let you chat again. Are you subscribed to this channel? Did you accidentally unsubscribe? Check that. I mean, maybe it pulled an Ashley Higgins, because Ashley's had to subscribe to the channel every day for 3 years now. So. Really? Which one? Oh, the one he did with the news station. Oh yeah, I think I remember. Didn't we go over that maybe? The one, because I was like, was it the girl that wasn't letting Sheriff Nanos like say a whole lot, like she was like interrupting and stuff. Like it was like good though, in a good way. Like she was like questioning him. Oh wait, hold on, Ladybug. Don't super chat again. Just answer my question. Oh. It says one better chat. Sorry, didn't have my thing on here. Was it on subscriber? See if it's on subscriber, or like check to see if you're a subscriber. Thing is on YouTube may be glitching. Yeah, I know. I'm like, no. Yeah, no, she says that she did something earlier, but I'm like, I don't have any idea what you could have done. So I thought that maybe she blocked herself. I said, you blocked yourself, Ladybug? I said, let me go check. So I just got in the shower. So I said, let me go check. And she didn't block herself, but then I thought she could chat. I know. Hey, Renee. And I've been using your cookbook that you got me. I even put my my stuff in there for my meat. So when I prick it, I know what the temperature has to be. Thank you for that. And I'll look again too. I'll look under the block list. So it says on this article here, who is Luke Daley and why was he linked to Nancy Guthrie's case? That to me looks like a mugshot picture. I mean, just saying. Luke Daley's name has recently surfaced in connection with the disappearance of 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie of Tucson, Arizona. However, despite growing online speculation, authorities have not named Daley as a suspect, nor has he been charged in relation to the case. So why did his name become associated with one of Tucson's most closely watched investigations? Here's what's currently known. Okay. So why was he detained? On February 13th, 2026, deputies from the Pima County Sheriff's Department, along with FBI agents, executed 2 search warrants at Daley's home, which is located approximately 2 miles from where Nancy Guthrie was reported missing in Tucson's Catalina foothills. Why don't they go take a search warrant to that one guy's house, the drunk guy that's been up and down the block? During the operation, Daley and his mother were detained for several hours while authorities conducted a search of the residence. A Range Rover associated with Daley was also towed as part of the investigation. I'm going to say Range Rovers are just bad luck. After the search concluded, both individuals were released without charges, him and his mama. Law enforcement has not publicly disclosed what prompted the search warrants. The Sheriff Department has declined to provide additional comment beyond previously released updates. Importantly, no official statement has identified Daley as a suspect in the case. And that's kind of like what the problem is, right? Like they're coming out here doing all these things, like, detaining these people and then letting them go. Like the first person that got detained, I thought, oh, we're going to have some answers. We're going to get Nancy back. We're going to have some answers. And then it was like, they let them go. And I'm like, what? And then that's what we were talking about earlier. And I got like sidetracked too. With Daley, this guy, he decided, Luke's like, I'm going to get me an attorney. Like the first guy was like, jumped out of the car and was like, well, arrest me, whatever you want to do. And then this guy is like, nope, not today. He must know the law well. Okay. Okay, so it says, what has Daley's attorney said? In a statement to social media, Daley's attorney, Chris Scapelli, let's see, Salepi, clarified his client's position. Salepi Law can confirm that Luke Daley was the subject of 2 search warrants issued and served on February 13th, 26. Mr. Daley and his mother were both detained by law enforcement while the search warrants were being executed. He further stated Daley has no link whatsoever to Nancy Guthrie and has no information related to her kidnapping. Like the entire Tucson community, both Daley and his mother are hopeful that Nancy will be returned to her family unharmed. As of late February 2026, authorities have not announced any verified connection between Daley and Guthrie's disappearance. And we're into March, and they haven't yet. I'm kind of surprised they didn't go back to these people, though. The way that the way that they busted in on their houses and their cars and, everything, you would think that I don't know, I would want an apology, or I'd want to help. I'd want to do something. You couldn't see people, Jessica? Oh, there's Ladybug. Ladybug, did you unsubscribe from my channel? Did they unsubscribe you? Did they unsubscribe Ladybug? Because they do that to Ashley. It unsubscribes her. Thank you for the super chat. And I'm so glad that I can see you now because that makes me feel a lot better. Okay, there we go. Okay, I feel better. Because I'm like, she's not under the block list and I don't know I'm not good with YouTube. I mean, I'm okay, but I'm not that good. Like, so it might have been a glitch if it didn't, like, because it does and unsubscribes Ashley. She has to text me. She'll text me. She's like, it happened again. I'm like, damn. So everyone make sure you're subscribed. So it says, why did social media focus on Luke Daley? Well, I didn't until now. So let's see. Public attention intensified largely due to the proximity of Daley's home to Guthrie's residence and the visible law enforcement presence during the SWAT-assisted search. Well, I looked at the guy that was walking up to JLR, calling Brian Enton a drug lord or whatever, a cartel drug lord. I was side-eyeing him. But but that's just me. I mean, just because that guy was wasted off his butt. Like, I mean, he was saying some things. I don't know. He shouldn't have been saying some of the things he was saying. So online speculation increased further after Ring camera footage from a nearby property surfaced showing vehicles traveling along a back route near Guthrie's home on the night she is believed to have been abducted. While some online users question whether certain vehicles could be connected to individuals in Guthrie's orbit, authorities have not confirmed that any vehicle belonging to Daley was involved. The vehicle associated with Daley has been described as a Range Rover. Some online discussions speculated about other vehicle models seen in circulating footage, including a Kia Soul and a Honda CR-V, but no official identification has been made linking those vehicles to Daley. Man, they said that footage was like not even relevant. People want it to something to be relevant, I think, so bad. I can see it though. I mean, there's an 84-year-old woman out there somewhere. We don't know where she's at. Interest in Daley also referenced a prior 2025 arrest unrelated to the Guthrie case. Court records show he had previously faced drug and firearm-related charges and is currently awaiting trial. However, investigators have not indicated that those prior legal matters are connected to the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. I wouldn't think so. Despite intense online commentary, no law enforcement agency has formally accused Daley of involvement. And the current status, well, this was a while ago. Let's see. Nancy Guthrie was reported missing on February 1st, 2026, and authorities believe she was abducted from her home around 2:30 a.m. Surveillance footage reportedly showed a masked individual described as approximately 5'9" to 5'10" in height, of average build, carrying a black Ozark Trail backpack and what appeared to be a holstered firearm. Investigators also recovered a black glove near the scene. DNA collected from the glove did not match profiles at the FBI CODIS database, suggesting it does not belong to someone previously recorded in the national criminal system. Well, and we found out that was one of the 16 gloves found. I don't know about the other 6 or 15, but one of them belonged to a restaurant worker. But we haven't heard about the other ones they found. Remember, they had found like a bunch. Like, that's crazy that you find that many. So as of now, no suspects have been officially named. Luke Daley has not been charged. Kayla Day, another individual mentioned in online discussions, has not been accused in connection with the case. I didn't even know about Kayla Day. Who the hell's Kayla Day? That ain't the girl that was out there like dancing, was it? Or no, her name was like Kiki or something, wasn't it? Something like that. She looks like a Kiki. I don't know what a Kiki would look like, but she does look like a Kiki. She looks like she'd have like a unique name like that. So the search for Guthrie remains ongoing. It's so sad. Authorities continue to urge the public to rely on verified updates rather than speculation. I did hear, did anyone else hear this? Let's see if I can find it. Let me see. I forgot all about this. Ooh. Oh, dang. Apparently she is a little mad. Why is she just now getting mad about this, though? I've been hella mad about this since it happened. So Savannah Guthrie is pissed off at Ashley Banfield because they used to work together. Is pissed off at Ashley Banfield because Ashley Banfield came out, remember, and said that Tomas, whatever his name is at this point, that he was the prime suspect. Is that prime suspect on her thumbnail? And I went off on it. That is kind of like a stripper name. But you know what it is, Lee? You know what is a stripper name? Guess what? Tanya. Yeah, we looked it up one time, like top 10, 20 of, I was in the 20, the top 20 or something crazy. I'm like, I was in between like cinnamon and sugar or something. Tanya. Thank you, Jessica. They ran drugs together. Okay. So, because I was like, I saw that somebody was like talking about, them being mad about that. MSM has had it. I don't even know what that place is. Another article. That's someone from YouTube. The Mountaineer Men's Journal. Damn. Livid over one part of media coverage. Daily Mail. I mean, the Sunday Guardian. It says, will Savannah Guthrie sue Ashley Banfield? Oh gosh, is that Megan? Megan Kelly says today, co-host livid over podcast claim linking to Mosso. So, I mean, that's where, I don't know if that's where they're getting it from Megan Kelly, but I mean, a lot of people are running with it. So I'd be a little upset though, too, if someone, yeah, Tanya. That was me and my friend. I couldn't believe it. I said, you gotta be kidding me. There you go, Ladybug. Well, at least you're in here. It's probably it. There's been stuff going on with YouTube. Like my YouTube app wouldn't even work the other day. I don't like that. But yeah, I forgot about that. So I was like, oh yeah. Because I was mad about that too. She probably saw the numbers like I did. 2.3 or 2.5 or probably even more than that now. Have seen that. 2.5 million. And that's a lot of money on YouTube. And I think that if she was pissed, she was making money off my mother. We worked together before, I can see it being a thing. I mean, I could see me being upset about it too. But at the same time, she's a journalist, but she's also a lawyer. So it just says, investigators continue their work. Many residents remain hopeful. Local faith leaders and churches in the area have also expressed concern and support for the Guthrie family. For now, while Luke Daley's name briefly entered public conversation due to investigative activity near his home, no official link has been established between him and the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. Okay. Okay, so we'll go to the next. So they did have there was an additional 3 people that were I guess they put like search warrants like out on them, but they didn't release their names. Sorry. I was trying to like get my wording. But so because it was during like the same operation. Sheriff Nanos confirmed there were 3 other individuals that were also temporarily detained during the federal search warrant, and those names were never publicly released, and no one ever found out who they were, which is kind of amazing because this case, it seems like everybody finds out about everything. Chris Nanos later explained that this was standard procedure during execution of federal warrants, so investigators could fully control the scene. That means even though only Luke Daley became publicly identified with our friend Alfredo, they were both publicly identified. Investigators actually looked at more people during the operation, I guess, than a lot of us realize. That's what they're saying. So during the operation, and I'd like to pick, Brian Etton's brain on that, because it seemed, wasn't there like multiple cars that were going out? Like, the SWAT. I'm wondering if one stopped and then one went through, and you know what I mean, went to like the next place, and they all like hit these places all at the same time. Because a lot of times if the FBI or whoever, the police, just investigators in general, they do a search warrant if it's on multiple people at the same time, or if it's on the same person, but they think this person could be at multiple locations, they'll knock down the doors, bust in the doors, all the houses at the same time. That way they don't have time to call and alert the suspect, and then they can get away. They be knocking on mama's door and they'll be knocking on your door at the same time. So basically, current status this week, Sheriff Nanos says that investigators are not publicly focused on new names right now, but forensic work is still active. Biggest issue, mixed DNA samples are slowing the analysis down. Clothing evidence remains under review, and then investigators are still trying to identify clothing items that were seen on surveillance. I guess, I don't know if I've heard that there's pajamas out there, and then we've seen the pants that JLR found. I don't know if the cops have went out and collected those items yet, or if they're just kind of letting them sit there or what. But I would think that they would collect everything, even if it was not related. So that's what I would think. Okay, so this is just after the operation that they pulled. And this is for the search for the third week. I was just going to read this little part right here. The search for Nancy Guthrie entered its 3rd week on Sunday as a task force awaits forensic results from a late night operation that took place on Friday, miles from the 84-year-old's home. Okay, well, what's going on with that, DNA? The FBI executed a federal search warrant at a house in the Catalina foothills, resulting in 4 people being detained and later released. Officials confirmed to Fox News Digital on Saturday. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos, who was not present during the search, told Fox News that there were no arrests and no sign of Nancy was found. Why didn't you get your ass out of bed and go down there too? I mean, really, why weren't you there? You're supposed to be the head of this operation. Last week, the FBI increased its reward from $50,000 to $100,000 for information leading to the location of Nancy Guthrie or to the arrest and conviction of anyone involved in her disappearance. I mean, it's been so long at this point. I just hope they find her. Oh, it was a knee brace too? I figured it was JLR because he was. I saw him like his video of it, but not really like his video. I just was flipping through. It was maybe a thumbnail. Maybe it was on X. I can't remember. Those did get collected. I mean, how would she fall up out of her pants? And why would she have on pants like that if she was in bed? Right? Like, wouldn't you wear and pajamas? If you're an 84-year-old woman, you're wearing a nightgown. You ain't wearing. I don't see. I don't. You're not wearing like like a matching cute set. Okay. I mean, in my opinion, maybe you are. If at 84, I hope I have a matching cute set on. I have one on right now. But I can just see like my mom was what 62, and when she passed, I thought she was. I was gonna say 72, and I did not get her for that long. 62, and she always wore a little nightgown. I never would see my mom. I could never. I mean, that'd be cute as shit if she had a little matching set. But I just don't see like, you know what I mean? I just see like a nightgown. And I don't know. Also, if you have heart problems, I don't know if you would think of this, but I just thought of this, so maybe you would. But when you go to like the hospital for like surgeries, or you are there to stay for a long time, like I was there to stay for a while. I had, you know, I broke a whole lot of stuff, but they were worried about like the chest tube and my ribs. Like, so they said that I could wear nightgowns, but I couldn't wear pants because they have to be able to cut it right off me really quickly. And so with her having a pacemaker, I would think that she would be more of like a nightgown kind of lady, something that's like opened at the bottom, just so that like if something were to happen to her, like a pacemaker problem, she may think of something like that. She may think of like a head, like that's what I think, a head like that. But I do have a lot of like matching pajamas. But I mean, I just wouldn't see someone older having them. Oh. Yeah, whoever put them out there, maybe if they did, allegedly, supposedly, if they did. I'm just saying. Because remember Sebastian's case, there was so much planted stuff. Gabby Petito's case, planted stuff. I mean, every case, it seems like planted stuff. So it's just hard to believe, that nobody found these beforehand. And then all the stuff that's coming out now, like I'm like, I've been hearing things. It's just like, it's like, well, if that was the case, wouldn't they like, like just stuff like around the house, like I'm just gonna take the clothes, for instance, like wouldn't have somebody have seen those prior, like before now? Like, I think they found something else. All the pajamas. Wouldn't they have like seen those pajamas? I'm not sure exactly where the pajamas were found at, but like, yeah. Michelle, I didn't have mine yet. If you're talking to me, I have it on I think 23rd next month. Yeah, if it all goes well. Yeah. I mean, they would know. The cops would know if she made it back home, because she had. I mean, and they did say that the garage door went up at 9:48 and it went back down at 9:50, and I think they know that because I think she might have one of those codes that you punch in, or she might have even had like some sort of security something right there, but because I don't think that the box would record that, like the one with the light in the middle, that your garage door goes up and down, unless you got like a bougie one. My parents did not have anything like that. It went and told you the time that it went up and down, but I would think that 2 minutes would be about right? To get out of the car, get her walker. Maybe they walked her up to the door, to like the garage back door to the inside. I'm thinking they didn't. I'm thinking they just saw her in the car, like she was in the car. They got her wheelchair out for her, you know, and then she got out. And then, you know, because the cop said that she went in at 9:48, the garage door went up, and the garage door went back down at 9:50. I do remember that. And that could be recorded with, I would think, maybe one of those keypads that you put your, like if you don't want to use your garage door opener, you can get one of those keypads that you put your little, like, you know, 6-digit code in, and then the garage door comes up. Could be. I don't know. I personally think that if it was somebody within her family, they would have been caught by now. FBI. Who's the guy at the front door then? I don't know. I did not hear that. That 4 suspects were seen breaking. I mean, I'm going to say that's probably somebody just saying some shit. Because Higgins, we would have known that way before now. I mean, we would have heard that way before now, right? They could have both. I just assumed that she just walked up, put her little pin in there. You know how, like, you can just put your pin in you put your code in the garage door and it just goes up. Well, then why would the cops clear them and say that, you know, family didn't have anything to do with it? And why wouldn't they arrest him by now? I don't see him being a criminal mastermind. No offense. Like, I don't see any of them being a criminal mastermind. And I don't even know personally, to tell you the truth, if any of this even has to do with Savannah Guthrie or the fact that her name is Guthrie. Whoever did this, they could have just saw a big ass house and an old ass lady. I mean, really, 84. If you think about it, if you were I'm just going to say, like, let's say the maid's grandson, you never been to the house before, but your grandmother needed you to come over to this, you know, lady's house that you don't even know to drop off her purse because she forgot it with you. You guys went to breakfast that morning. So you go to take grandma her purse, and then you see Nancy Guthrie's house and you going, oh shit, this is a big old house. And then you go in and you put on your little charm and you meet Nancy Guthrie. And you only meet her once, but you remember things about the house. I mean, I don't know. Nothing was stolen, though. And what were they in there for so long? Why were they in there for over 40 minutes? What were you doing for 40? I mean, taking down you can't be taking down cameras, messing up cameras. Maybe the sheriff, but not the FBI. Not on it. No, I don't think so. I don't think that the FBI would fall for that. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? I think maybe Sheriff Nanos, maybe. I think that guy could probably be bought with a $2 bill. It's just, you know, I just think that if it was someone in the Guthrie family, I think they would have already been caught, right? Unless what are we insinuating, that they killed her the first night? He killed his mother-in-law, or she killed her mother? No, I don't. No, I don't see it. I don't know. And then if they didn't, they never went back and checked on her, because you know that the cops have been watching them, right? Every move they make, they've watched them. So then she would be starving and she would die wherever she was at because they would never go back to check on her after they dropped her off at this mysterious spot, right? So now she's just in like a log cabin somewhere out in the woods, dead of starvation, and they're here in Tucson acting like they're sad because they can't find their mother. I'm trying to play it out in my head, like how that could even work. Because that the cops are looking at them, like binoculars and all. Don't make me get out my... They're looking. They're looking. Now, I know that they always have to look at the family first, because obviously that's just what you do. But I don't even know if it has anything to do with Savannah or with her last name being Guthrie. Someone might have just seen her big house and saw her out there gardening one day and thought, well, if her husband's half as old as her, and then they just got lucky because her husband, there's no husband in the house. Because you would think, I would think that woman didn't live alone. I really would think that. I would think there's no way that woman lives alone at 84. Who lives with her? You know what I mean? Because it's a big house. No, bad fraudulent claims. I can believe it though. Yeah, are they on a life after the... Yeah. Plus, I think that's just way too risky. Right? Too risky for that million. You'd have to tell him where she was, and what if she's like, he's the one that kidnapped me? I feel like it's somebody that's close to Nancy, but not that close to where other people may know. Right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What if it's like the nice kid at the freaking supermarket that pushes her grocery cart out for her every Sunday when she goes to the store? Like, I mean, it could be anybody. It really could. It really, really could. It could be like... I've been thinking about, like, who could this be for a long time, and I ain't got any clue. Oh yeah. So I guess Sheriff Nanos was saying that their DNA tech issues might take months to resolve. Like, what is the problem here? Do we not have any of their DNA at all? Are they toying with us? What do they have? Right? I mean, because I would be, if we had some DNA, I would be hiring an IgG specialist. CC Moore right now. Please, CC Moore, come and help us. Yeah, I think the ransom notes were just to throw people off too. Or it was somebody just wanting some money, and then they like got a little, maybe they just got like a little nervous. It's either I don't know. It's either that, like, I don't know. I just don't know. Like, part of me thinks that Nancy, didn't live like much further than like the first night. But then part of me thinks she could be very strong-willed, very strong physically. I mean, even though she does have the pacemaker and stuff, and she could be getting by without needing her medications. But the first day or first time that we hear from Sheriff Nanos, he tells us she has 24 hours. She needs her medication. She can only be off of it for 24 hours is what he said. And I said, well, then where's our countdown? Like when the Titan imploded. because I mean, and I wasn't being like sarcastic about it either. I was being serious because it was like you're telling us this woman has 20, like you're literally telling her kids on national television right now. And that might not be the case. If it's blood pressure medication, you could probably go a few days. See, I don't know how long you could go. You might be able to go for 50 days, 60 days. I don't know. As long as your blood pressure wasn't up, and I'm sure her blood pressure is. My blood pressure goes up just from going from the car to the dentist, from the parking garage to when by the time I get to my dentist, I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm like getting anxious because I'm at the dentist, which I don't really care about that, or if it's because I'm walking so fast or what I'm doing. But I always have my blood pressure is always through the roof. It was like 137 over like 110 the other day or something last time I was there. And she was like, she looked at me and I looked at her and I said, we'll just take that again in a minute. Well, then they take the crime scene tape down, right? And they take the crime scene tape down, and then all of a sudden Brian Enton, posts his little video because he goes on the property like any journalist would. And he takes he sees the blood and he's like, oh wow. Like, so he takes the video, and I think that was the first time they saw that blood. I think maybe, just maybe, they didn't check that door. I don't know why they wouldn't go to every door in the house. You would think they would, but it didn't really seem like they did. Because then it was like, I feel like he talked about the camera after that. Like, and we were like, yeah, we knew the camera was taken down because we could see the brackets that it was on. And looking for, easy money and attention. Yeah. Yeah, they could get life. Well, just think if you're on TMZ, but then they write again. And then they write again. Right? Why didn't they take the doormat? I mean, someone was saying that, what was it? That, shit, what was I going to say now? I read Ashley's comment and then it made me think of something and then I forgot it again. Oh, she didn't take her night meds. Well, I would say she took her night meds that night, right? Wouldn't she have? It's just sick, Renee. I mean, people scamming from the missing. Media did not tip off the 70, but once the blood was reported, they had to. Maybe Tracy. Yeah, he could have been. He could have been. He could have been just like, I mean, I would think they would go to every door. That's what it was. What it was. There we go. You reminded me, Tracy. Okay, so the door, I guess a neighbor said that a security door, like what, the iron door, can it be broke into? Like they said that you couldn't break into them. Yes. Google's my friend. A security iron door can be broken into, but it's extremely difficult and time consuming. Okay. So could it be 40 minutes? Because we've got 40 minutes. That's unaccounted for. Like to where like you could, to not where it wouldn't have any damage. Let's see. So let's see. Lock. Okay. Oh goodness. Okay. Let's go back to this person. Okay. This, I don't know. This guy's making me laugh already. This is from how many years? 15 years ago. That's probably why it's making me laugh. Okay. This is from 15 years ago. I don't know what he's going to do, but he's going to do this metal door right here. Demonstration.
And unfortunately, that door is not going to have a very good day. Now, one of the things I notice with this lock is this guard is very small, very thin. And then the brass plate that's right here is another thing that I see. And unfortunately, those two things are going to be the demise of the lock. Now, is the door secure at this point?
Yes, it is. Totally locked.
And safety first, in your opinion, how
He said safety first.
easy do you think this will be to get into?
Well, the door
We don't want
seems to
to
be
be
locked. It's not going anywhere.
And the frame is steel. The bars are solid steel. So in terms of a security door, this is an expensive high-end
He better not take this doorknob off.
door compared to what most companies sell.
Oh, yes.
And you're sure the door is locked?
Absolutely sure.
Why don't
Okay.
you check it yourself?
Can you check it from the inside?
Yes.
All right, we're good?
Yes. Perfect.
Let's see if that would notice. Turn the music down. That's like the weird music. Oh, well, you would be just look at the dang door. You'd be destroying the door. Never mind. I thought he was going to show us how to get into it without like damaging the door. I was going to put that into the description, but when he was first going at it, I was like, oh, I see what you're doing here, but now I don't. The door would have been. Your mom has one of those? Tia, they're good doors to have, apparently. I mean, but wouldn't it have been easier to like take the knob off? Was it loud? He's doing it. He's doing it all right. He decided he liked that music too. Well, when I first went up to him, he was at the he was in the like Lowe's or something. Look at this. You done broke out the whole lock. Look at that. Well, don't come and we don't want no demonstrations done over here, sir. Yeah, to get the pry bar in. See, I thought he was going to bend it out and then like do something with the pry bar, but not like pry it, but just like do some like sort of like kind of like a credit card kind of deal or something like that, and like just make it pop open. And then I was going to be really impressed, but I'm not so impressed now. So I guess what we've learned today is there's been 5 people detained and talked to in this investigation, and they haven't found Nancy Guthrie. They're not one step, in my opinion, that we know of as of right now on this St. Patrick's Day, 2026. There is, as of right now, we don't know where Nancy Guthrie is. We don't know who took her. We're not any closer than when we started looking for her back on February 1st. So, I mean, I feel like I yelled every lie, but like, where is she? Does it, Laura? Oh, I was wondering if she had like Victorian or something, like style doors or something for her bedroom. Well, then why? I would have probably entered that way. Or through the garage, but the garage door would be closed. So you'd only have the back and the front door. I would probably go through the back door. I think I remember seeing that on the when she was on the TV with her daughter. Oh, is there another door? So like her sunroom? Does she have a sunroom? Never really paid attention to see if she had a sunroom. She probably does. or a lanai, lanai, whatever you Florida people call them, sunroom. It's like some sort of like a fancier word for it. Yeah. Yeah, even if it's the outside garage door, because sometimes there's an outside garage door and that goes into your garage and then it goes into your house. Wow, that's a lot of doors. No. Hell no. 6 doors on my house. Hell no. Get out of here. That many no, that many points of entry for someone to enter in your home and get you. I do have the floor the floor plans, but it doesn't show the doors for some reason on there. It's like one open, her whole like house is pretty much like one big open floor plan. But I'll look for it for our next live. I'll see if I can find it. And then I'll put the doors in if I have to. See 3 sliders, I don't know. I'd probably do 1. I have one slider here. Yeah, I'd probably want no. I just that's just too much. That's too much. That's too many doors. I mean, I know there's windows and people could say, well, Tanya, they could just come in through a window if they wanted to. But I just feel like that's a lot of doors. Like, I don't know. I feel like people be sneaking in on me or something. That's just weird to me. 6 doors. I don't like her living in that big of a house anyway. But I'm not her kids. And so, and I'm not Nancy. I can't tell her where to live. Her husband and her got that house. So you have 4 points. I only have 2. 1, 2. My balcony, and I'd have to jump off of it. We're on the 2nd floor, but I would do that with my dog on my back. I've already got a plan if anything ever needs to happen. And then just my front door. But my front door goes into a hallway that goes to another door. So that would be 2 doors, I guess. 1, 2, 3. But not really. It's just like 2. Yeah, you need to be prepared. That's what Vincent, he was leaving that door unlocked for for 3 weeks straight. And I was like, what are we doing here, buddy? He's like, well, I'm here. I'm like, yeah, but what if you step out for a minute? You never know. I'm on the internet. You never know. I'm not trying to say I'm important or anything at all, because I'm definitely not. But I'm saying that there's a lot of people on the internet and you never know. And so we have a Ring doorbell camera, but that doesn't call the cops for you. Yeah. All of his live streams are close to 1 million views. Yep. I don't even know what kind of, that's just money, like crazy money. I think we did the math, but he doesn't do sponsors, so I don't know. You have 4 points of entry too? Man, y'all keep them, make sure you got them locked. And if they're like a sliding door, make sure, you got that little, don't put that little bar thing that it comes with in the window, get yourself an actual bar, like a piece of wood to put in there, a baseball bat, just something that you can't long enough to where, it'll hold your door closed. I think my mom used to use a broomstick whenever we were kids. We lived in an apartment. You have 3 doors, PKC? 3 doors, I guess, wouldn't be too bad. 3 doors would be okay. My family had 3 doors, 4 doors. Shit, we had a lot of doors. Wait, hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 4 doors. I don't know. It was different. I think it's probably beautiful though, right? With all the sliding glass, the sliding doors and that, all of that. Because I love windows. I would take a whole house full of just glass if I could. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that. But you know what I mean? I do love a lot of windows. And I like a lot of like natural, like letting natural light in. And so I'm sure that it was beautiful. Maybe the garage. Oh, they can never, you already got that one. Oh, that's okay, Jessica. And Ashley says most nights I don't lock my doors. Well, he does at night, I think. He better be at night. But we have like a door that locks downstairs. So you'd have to come through we technically you'd have to come through a locked door either way, but we'd have 2 locked doors, if that makes sense. They say that you should even like in your bedroom close and lock your door. But like, and that makes sense, right? Like, I mean, in a way, if you were, let's say, if someone were to show up in your house, you would sure as hell wish that that door was probably shut and locked. But I just can't do that to myself. Like I think I feel I'm too closed in. So I couldn't do that. But I'm gonna jump off here. Oh wait, what did Lee say? I have 2 outside doors and I'm up on the 3rd floor. Like, come on up here. Man, you're on the 3rd floor. Do you have an elevator? You probably don't have an elevator like me. We gotta be carrying our groceries up. Of course, Vincent was in the bath. He took a bath after work. No, when I came in with the groceries, I was like, oh man. No, I ain't logging my husband out. How's that? What, Vincent's here all the time. He's always here with me. I mean, he works from home and everything now, so that's that's good for me, and I'm all the way back there. I'd lock Vincent out of the bedroom. I would. I'd lock him out. I'd be like, sorry, buddy. Slumber party tonight with the girls. They're actually being really good now. Look at them. Oh, wow. We got the brown one over here sleeping. She's perfect in every way possible. And if anyone says anything, you might lose an eye. And not me. She just made somebody look like me. And then I got the gray one over here, but you can't see her. She's sleeping. Oh, I can see her in the mirror. Oh, she just woke up. Oh, man. Yeah, Mia, you're huge. He's got keys and tools. Vincent, if I locked him out, you know what he'd do? He'd just go spend the night in his car. He would try to call me a couple times, probably. As long as the cars were here. You know what I mean? Like, actually, no, he wouldn't. He would bust down that door somehow. If this was Vincent 9 years ago, 10 years ago, he would go and sleep in his car. Now, Vincent, no, he knows like my ailments and stuff like that. I think he would get in here because he'd be afraid something happened to me. So. I'd be so insulted if no one tried. We used to leave our doors unlocked. I told you guys until about, I think it was literally 9/11 happened. And my dad locked the doors for the first night. We had 2 cops that lived beside us. One on this side, one on this side, and then one around the corner. You ain't getting away with nothing. And my dogs do that. My dogs scare people. I'm sure that if anyone ever tries to knock on the door, they bark. Anyone tries to come in and they are running for the door and then if they see that it's not Vincent or me, then they're barking. Yeah, then they're barking. So they bark loud. Believe you me. And one bites. I'm not pointing any fingers, but it's a riot. Well, thank you guys for coming, and I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. I'll be back on tomorrow, evening or afternoon, sometime tomorrow. Because I have a doctor's appointment early, so I'll be up doing some stuff. So I'll see you guys all then. And there was some other stuff on some different cases I was going to talk to you guys about. Okay, so the suspect in the Kada Scott case. This just oh wait, it's the 17th. I was like, what? This just came out today. But he is being held over for trial. So he's going to trial. They're not letting him out. He got his preliminary hearing. He didn't, waive. The jury saw right through him and his bullshit. So we'll be covering Kata's case here soon, and we'll go over some stuff with that. So hopefully there'll be some documents that come out in that case, because they haven't brought out any documents. And there's a couple other cases they haven't brought out some documents in. They haven't put out documents in as well. So I want to see what those ones, if they're going to. So hopefully they do, and we get them, and we can go through them. So I will see you guys all in the next live. Have a wonderful night, and have a wonderful night. Lock your doors, lock your windows, all those things. Get your dogs out with you, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye, guys.
And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah,
This is a statement to appreciate all that is vacant. It's just for the taking. If you make up your mind, you can take it. I'm never complacent. I would work in a mansion or basement. Yeah, there's no replacement for persistence. It's a patience. Yeah, in this life, I wanna be soaring, to feel sun inside when it's pouring, and I'll fight till anxiety is foreign. I'm so sick of my mind's extortion.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, yeah.